I know, sweetheart. um, All right, Rebels, we did it. After weeks of 3D printing, gluing, sanding, and assembling, the Droideka is finally complete with its assembly. And let's be honest, this thing is absolutely menacing. This thing is an icon of destruction, and now after all the work, we have one standing right behind me. If you've been following the build from the start, you know this thing hasn't exactly been an easy ride. Some parts came together perfectly, other parts, well, let's just say they put up a fight. But that's what makes a build like this so rewarding. You go through the battle, and in the end, you get a war machine that's absolutely worthy of the Trade Federation. In today's episode, I'm going to take you through the final steps of the assembly, what worked, what didn't, and what's next for this beast. Because let's be real, just having a Droideka standing here isn't enough. We need to take it to the next level. But before we get into that, I've got two announcements to make. First, if you want to rep the Regal Rebel community, check out the official merch at the link on the screen and down in the description below. Whether you're a droid enthusiast, a builder, or just love Star Wars, there's always something for you. And of course, every purchase helps keep the channel rolling, so I really appreciate the support. Speaking of which, I would like to give a quick shout out to Dave from Oklahoma for being the first to make a purchase from the merch store. I know you're going to love your Rebellions Are Built on Creativity t-shirt. Second, we are closing in on 1,000 subscribers. And you know what that means, Hot Toys Droideka giveaway. And if you want a chance to win this incredible collectible, all you have to do is be an active member of the community, comment on videos, join the conversation, just be a part of this rebellion that we're building here. Full giveaway details are going to be down in the description below, so be sure to check that out. Alright Rebels, grab your Hydro Spanners, power up those fusion cutters, and let's break down how this destroyer droid finally came together. Before we get too deep into this, I'd like it noted that I got the green light from my wife to take over the dining room table again. Yes, I know I have the most amazing wife on planet Earth, so let's get all these pieces laid out and see what we're working with. After I got everything laid out, I mixed up some JB Weld to start gluing everything together just like normal. Things were going really smoothly at first. I was feeling pretty good until the glue started setting way faster than I ever expected. A little too fast, actually. And that's when I realized I had made a critical and dumb mistake. In my rushing, I grabbed the only pack of JB Weld available at the store while I was there, but I didn't check the label closely enough. Turns out I bought JB Quick Weld, which, as many of you may already know, that hardens in about 5 minutes. So yeah, this was about to get kind of interesting. Now, I was pretty frustrated but determined at this point. With my JB Weld setting up faster than a pod racer at full throttle, I had to switch gears. Enter E6000. Now, in the beginning, I wasn't totally sold on E6000 at first. Some reviews showed weak stress tests at about 18 hours of cure time, which had me a little bit worried about using it on this project. But the more I dug, the more I realized the actual cure time for E6000 is about 24 hours. And once it's fully set, this stuff is solid. For high stress areas like the Droideka's main body, probably not my go-to, but for the hood and head, this is gonna absolutely be perfect and more than enough. Now, once I had all the hood pieces glued together, I ran into my next challenge, getting everything just to stay in place. One seam in particular just did not want to cooperate. Probably should have sanded the edges a little bit more before gluing, or at least the joining faces, but hey, we're here now. As you can see here, the seam was giving me some trouble. The pieces weren't quite meeting up, so I had to get a little creative with my clamping solutions, but even then, the clamps did not want to hold up very well for what I was doing. I was really trying to grab onto that tiny little ridge up on top to clamp the two pieces together. It worked okay, but not as good as I was hoping. But when I say creative for the entire hood, I mean creative. I had to get 6 giant zip ties for the hood. And yeah, you heard that right, I said zip ties. They were the only way to pull the bottom fins up tight against the upper hood section, and because I love a challenge, the headpiece needed its own special solution as well. A single giant zip tie. It's not the most traditional method, but hey, it worked. But despite all the struggles, setbacks, and impromptu engineering, I finally got everything assembled, and let me tell you, seeing these pieces actually mounted on the Droideka, that was absolutely a moment for me. I'm sorry, but I wasn't able to get the actual moment on camera, or at least my face in it. It was, as I've said many times, you already know what I'm going to say. I'm probably beating a dead horse at this point with it. But it got absolutely emotional for me. I am not going to want to see this thing leave my house when it's all said and done. But we've still got a lot of work to do on this. It's not done by any means, but this is just way, way more profound than I could have imagined. So I want to give a great big thank you to Dave Moog at Droid Division. Thank you so much for making this file a reality. And without you, obviously I wouldn't be able to have this in my house right now. So thanks again to Droid Division, Dave Moog, who designed this droid. Absolute round of applause, and I really hope I can make you guys proud with this build. And there you have it, Rebels. The Droideka is actually 99.9% complete. After all the printing, assembling, and problem solving, the beast is finally standing mostly complete. But we're not done just yet, obviously. There are a few finishing touches to take care of during the next big phase, which is paint. Next week, we start bringing this droid to life by setting the stage for the battle-worn detailing, and trust me, you're not going to want to miss it. And look, this build hasn't exactly been a smooth hyperspace jump. Case in point, this disaster right here. This was supposed to be part of that hood section that we just put together this week, but, well, let's just say the printer had other ideas. Whether it was bed adhesion issues, layer shifting, or just a curse from the Kaminoans, I had my fair share of setbacks with this build. But that's the thing about projects like this. Every setback is just another step towards the finish line. But trust me, we're in the home stretch now, and if you haven't already, make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss a second of this journey. And speaking of things you don't want to miss, this is just a reminder. 30 days after we hit 1,000 subscribers, I'm giving away a Hot Toys Droideka. All you have to do is be an active part of the Regal Rebel community. So comment on videos, join the conversation on social media, be a part of this rebellion. Full giveaway details are down in the description below, so go check that out. Also, if you want to rep the rebellion, check out the official merch store at the link in the description. Every purchase really goes a long way to help support the channel and keep builds like this rolling, and ensures that I can do more builds like this or even larger in the future. Oh, and one last thing. If you would like to see the Droideka in person, I'll be showcasing it at Nerd and OutCon in Rochester, Minnesota on April 12th and 13th. I'll drop a link down in the description so you can go purchase your tickets, and I really hope to see a bunch of you there. Alright, Rebels, that's it for this week. Grab your paint sprayers, prep your battle stations, and get ready, because next week we start painting the Destroyer droid. Until then, Rebels, keep dreaming, keep building, and until next time, Rebels, always remember, rebellions are built on creativity.